Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's almost 10 o'clock, November 18th, and yes, we had our first flakes tonight. Some snow squalls. I have a video that's processing, should be up shortly, just showing you the pictures here. This is in Rockville Center, a little, right around about 15 to 20 minutes before they hit. This was around, I would say, 7:30, 7:45, more like 7:45. But then they hit around 8:15, 8:20. And you can see the strong wind gusts that we were getting with these snow squalls. It could have been 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. The first flakes of the season on the South Shore. Nada here in Mineola, though. Looking at the radar, you'll see two batches of snow showers, one off the South Shore and one off the North Shore. But, of course, the snow didn't want to come to the middle of the island, just like nobody else wants to come to the middle of the island. So there you go. Look at that. I mean, that's snow right there. Yep, there you go. And you can see some dark colors and even some yellows here. Might have been, there was a little bit of rain mixed in at times, but yeah, pretty impressive. This is with the Arctic front that's coming through right now. Looking at the larger the AccuWeather radar, you can see it shows up as rain, but we actually did get snow squall with that. It was snow, even though it's showing up as rain. But speaking of snow, they're really getting pounded upstate here. Look at some of these areas like Watertown. With these lake effect snows continuing in Watertown. This could be a record event, lake effect snow for this area because we've had such the water temperatures in the lakes are above normal. We have this persistent west to northwest flow over the lakes that's producing all these snow bands. And if we actually close this out and we go here, it says snowfall totals surpass 4 feet. Vehicles are becoming stranded in a river of white with snowfall totals south of Buffalo, eclipsing the 4-foot mark. And more snow is on the way. And there's power outages, too, it looks like. There's been some power outages in 1900 in the... so this is crazy. Nearly 5 feet of snow reported in Orchard Park. Look at these numbers. 59 inches of snow. 5 feet. And the storm isn't even over yet. We're not even done yet. So, yeah, this is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Heavy snow. Just incredible heavy snow going on across the state. Looking at the satellite, you can see we had a decent amount of clouds around today as well. Not really clear skies, but you can see all that. You can see the lake effect machine going quite nicely there. Clouds tend to dissipate toward the evening, as you see there, except for that, of course, that Arctic front right there that brought us the snow squalls. So pretty incredible with the snow squalls. And we're going to go upstate. We're going to go to the National Weather Service. Right, and you can see freeze warnings in effect. The area, I guess they felt those areas haven't reached freezing yet. But if we go upstate and look at some of these things, we got lake effect snow warnings up there, and just incredible stuff. Let's see what the Weather Service has shared here on their Facebook here. They even had lake effect in northern Vermontia. So lake effect snow, incredible lake effect snow here. I would like to see some lake effect snow pictures of this here, if they had any pictures here. I don't see any pictures from this one. It seems like it's the Buffalo office. They got it worse around Buffalo. So let's go to Buffalo here, and we'll let's go to the Buffalo. Here's the Buffalo Weather Service here. All right, so if you look at the latest snowfall reports again, look at some of these numbers here. Orchard Park, 66 inches. I mean, this is just insane. Insane. Never seen anything like it before here. I'd like to see some pictures of what's going on out there, but it doesn't seem like they're showing it. Well, we'll go here, and we'll see. We'll go here. We'll search, and we will search lake effect. And we should actually have some images here. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's a lake effect snow squall coming out off the lake right there. And there could be thunder and lightning with these, too. Lake effect wall of snow here. This is sort of like what it looks like. Vehicles getting stuck all over. Look at these lake effects from Hamburg, New York, just getting hammered. Look at this. I mean, this is historic. This is unbelievable. This is going to be definitely a disaster being declared upstate in New York. For sure. Oh, there's some thunder snow. Not at all surprised that there was thunder snow up there. That's not at all surprising. Looking at the lightning detection, let's see if we're getting any lightning detections right now. Not right now, but I think we'll be seeing more thunder snow before the day is. This is incredible. But getting back to our weather in our area, and again, if we pan upstate, you can see these lake effect snow warnings all throughout. Just incredible. And this is going to be going on for at least over the weekend, at least. I think maybe it won't ease until like Monday or Tuesday. So they could be like 8 feet by the time we're said and done. Who knows how much? It's going to be a record amount of snow for upstate. So you see there, Shirley 39. Let's take a look at islip here. 39 degrees, dew point 25. And you can see there isn't all that dry for a cold air mass with the dew point 25. And that's what's favoring these snow squalls. There's a lot of moisture in this air. Looking at today, you can see we had some clouds around, showing scattered clouds and occasional clear, but there was a bit of a haze to the air. Highs made it into the mid 40s, but still very windy with that west wind, west-southwest wind there. And yeah, very blustery conditions. You can see that west-southwest wind right there. But I want to actually go and look at JFK because that's where the snow squall moved through. You can see there's a gust to west-southwest at 38 miles an hour. So look at this, 38 miles an hour wind gusts here at JFK here. Let's see if we can get that west-southwest at 20, and then that gust to 30, which is probably... that thing came through Rockville Center. It was pretty incredible. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's the gust in the snow squall. 43 mile an hour wind gust being reported at JFK. And I know I was at Rockville Center when it hit, and it roared. It roared. Gust to 40 miles an hour over there. So pretty incredible snow squall that came through. I was surprised they didn't issue a warning with it because those winds were pretty strong. I'd say gusting up to 50. If we could get some readings out of Long Beach, that would be even better. I don't think there are any readings out of Long Beach though, because if there was an observation station in Long Beach, they got it even more, I'm sure. But really incredible wind gusts. To speak of when this snow squall hit. Let's see if we can look at East Rockaway. Probably not gonna. Let's see if we can. It'll show us the snow squall here. Nah, this doesn't really show up too well. You need a wide open area. Most of these people, these stations are in people's yards and stuff. But yeah, I mean, 50 miles an hour is definitely. It looked like 50 miles an hour. The video will be up very shortly. At the same time, this weather update will be. But you can see. Look at how the temperatures have dropped to the west. You can see it's colder. We've got temperatures below freezing in New Jersey. That's some of the air that's coming our way. So yeah, some impressive wind gusts with these snow squalls came through for sure. Here's this buoy reporting wind gusts up to 34 miles an hour. Let's see if it showed this. I don't see anything over there, but we're going to look at a few more sites here for sure. So we'll throw the dew points in just to give you a larger view of the area. You can see somewhat drier air off over Pennsylvania. You can see the temperatures are also lower in the 20s in Pennsylvania. So let's go look at our highs and lows for the day. Highs, don't think we got any radiational cooling today. Mid-40s pretty much. Lows, look at that. Wow. Yeah, 28 at West Hampton. Everyone else got to around the freezing mark, 30 degrees. It looks like there was a little radiational cooling in New Jersey because it got down to 22. 22 at Coyle Field again. Wow, that's impressive. So there was some radiational cooling last night in New Jersey. I guess the winds were able to drop off a little bit there at least. But yeah, incredible with the lake effect. It really is incredible. I do want to look at a few other things here. Power outage U.S. and see what the situation is with power outages in New York because it has caused. We actually have almost 4,000 people now in New York without power. And it's these areas, let's see, along the lakes, obviously. Oswego, not too bad, but it's mainly, it looks like that Buffalo area. Yeah, that area southeast of Buffalo. Yeah, Erie County, 28, that seems to be the hardest hit right now. Erie County, 2876. And I want to go to PSG Long Island and see locally if those snow squalls caused any power problems. We have 126 people without power, 126 customers, and most of them are on the South Shore. There's mostly small outages. I'm not surprised given the wind that we saw that there would be a few power outages. And then there's some out, actually. There's a slightly larger one toward Bright Waters. But those snow squalls had some pretty strong winds, so it wouldn't surprise me. And the middle of the island really didn't get those snow squalls. So let's go look at the weather map now, and we'll take a look and see what we got. as we deal with this blast from this Arctic blast. So this is the jet stream here. I'll show it to you again because I know we were a little rushed last night. And you'll see here, look at that. That's a big trough over the east, and that means we're going to be dealing with some cold air. But you'll notice as we head toward next week, we still have some troughiness. Nope, still some troughiness. You can see there's a bit of there's a storm that comes up, and this could bring us some rain on a rainy Black Friday. Then behind that, more cold air, and you can see continued troughiness in the east. When you see that type of deal, that means we'll have cold air outbreaks and storminess. So look at that big trough across the country, and that's going to continue this weekend, and then it lifts a little bit this week around Thanksgiving. That'll get the temperatures to moderate, and then another storm and another trough follows for next weekend, and then you can see we still have continued troughiness. So that means that when we look at this pattern and we look at our air temperatures, and again we're looking at the GFS here, you'll see below normal. Most of the country is below normal, actually. So you see moderation as we head toward Thanksgiving. We start going above normal, but that's brief because by the weekend we go back below normal again. You can see ridge in the west, trough in the east, and some more cold air outbreaks are coming as we head into the rest of the month. All right, so the November could very well wind up being below normal for a change, and quite below normal. So let's look at the surface now. Move this over to the surface here. So as we head into your Saturday, you'll see, again, you'll see that trough. There it is, high pressure. So we'll still have that troughiness and the lake effects and that gusty. Look at those tight isobars. That's a pressure gradient. Strong, very blustery conditions. Gusty west to northwest winds. That when you see that, winds relax a little bit as we head toward Monday as the high builds over us, and it remains over us on Tuesday before moving offshore. And there's one storm system there that looks like it stays to the south, and then we have the situation with Friday, which is we're going to have this storm system come through and bring us the chance for some rain on Black Friday. Though right now it looks like the more of the rain would be more of an overnight thing, and then by Saturday it's gone, and we're back in another cold northwest flow with blustery conditions and another high building down. So you can see it's going to be staying cold for for a while, which is good. This is a great pattern to be in. Finally, to see this set up. Hopefully, we can have it stick around for the whole winter, so it can be nice and cold, and can have some real Arctic outbreaks. And just in time, because they're already starting to play Christmas music on some of the radio stations and even in some stores. So let's go look at the HRRR. I mean, I'll look at the HRRR, but I really don't want to use the HRRR in this weather update. I don't think we need it. So I'm going to stick with the GFS here, and we'll go look at our wind flow and dew points here as we head into your Saturday. So you see, look at that bone dry air coming in west, almost a west-southwest wind, but that's really dry air coming in. And then here we are Sunday. It looks like another push as we get into Sunday. That's when it's really going to push in here, some really dry air on Sunday. That's going to be like the driest air I think we're going to have. And then on Monday, we're still going to have the dry air in place. The winds go, you can see that west to southwest wind. That should keep the lake effect away from our area as far as the cloudiness goes, so I'm hoping we'll have sunnier skies. Winds go a little more northwest on Tuesday before shifting to the south. Later on in the day, a little more of a southwest flow. And Wednesday, still keeping with that west flow. So that means we're still staying in the dry air. Thanksgiving, we still have relatively decent dew points. And then as we get into Friday, that's when you're going to start seeing the moisture coming in with that rain. And then once that's gone, boom, we're back in the cold air again with gusty west winds. You can see that. This is all dry air, and it all originates from Canada and the Arctic. So let's look at our temperatures now, because that is going to be a lot lower. If you thought today was cold, it's going to get a lot colder than that. You're going to be waking up to probably temperatures in the 20s probably in the morning, and then probably upper 20s. And then as we get to Saturday, we're going to struggle. I think we're going to struggle to make it to 40. Upper 30s, maybe a low 40s in New Jersey. Tomorrow night, you could see almost another push coming in. It's not really going to drop the temperatures that much tomorrow night, but look at that, mid-30s Sunday, mid to upper 30s. And now we're dropping into the low to mid-20s on Sunday night and the Monday. And then we are still cold Monday, still trying to get up to around 40. So it's still well below normal. And then for Tuesday, we moderate. We have some mid-40s for Tuesday. And of course, the radiational cooling, we could see temperatures in the teens in the Pine Barrens if things set up properly. Wednesday, we see more of a moderation. We get into the low 50s, but still cold at night. And then for Thanksgiving, staying in the low 50s. And then one little blast of warm air with that rain ahead of that front on Friday. And then, boom, here comes the cold air again for next weekend. Back into the low 40s and mid-40s. Not quite as brutal as this outbreak goes, but it's still going to be cold. Let's go and look at the skies here. This is the GFS here that we're looking at. So GFS seems to have an area of clouds for south tomorrow, but it should be okay over Long Island. We'll have to see if that, it's been underdoing the clouds lately. Sunday starting off with clouds, then clearing them out. So we'll have to watch for the lake effect potential. Monday should be mostly sunny. Tuesday, we'll have to watch for this cloud area off to the south, whether that winds up moving into our area or not. But then by Wednesday, it's pushed offshore again, and we should have sunshine. And then Thursday, for Thanksgiving, you'll have your increasing clouds. But it shouldn't be windy, so there shouldn't be any issues with the parade. That's the main thing. We don't want to have, if we had the weather we're having now with the wind, it would not be good. And then we clear it out again by next weekend. This is the GFS, of course, a lower resolution. So let me go to the RGEM here, and this is the 0Z RGEM, which I don't have enough in, so we'll go to the 18Z here. So this is the RGEM. You see those high clouds starting off mainly south of the area tomorrow over Long Island. It looks like it stays sunny, and then as we get towards Sunday, you can see some clouds in the morning, and then mostly sunny. And then it's trying to build out some of those lake effect clouds, and that's what we're going to have to watch. Monday should be mostly sunny. This is the RGEM model. Now, I shift over to the FB3, which is the higher resolution GFS. But for this, I would have to go to the 12Z run. So here we go on the 12Z higher resolution GFS. You can see that cloud bank off to the south. Kind of had a little trouble getting rid of. That's just like a little disturbance along in the jet stream there. But we do clear it on out later on in the day. And then as far as Sunday goes, you could see, again, we may have to watch for the potential of that lake effect perhaps spilling over to the areas, at least over Long Island. There is one more model we can look at for skies, and that is Ventus Sky, which uses which we can actually look at the HRRR output for clouds. Which this model actually has done a little better than some of the others with the cloud cover. So let's move this over to tomorrow, Saturday, 8 in the morning. You can see the cloud bank off to the south. You can see some other clouds off to the west. Here we are at 10 o'clock, noon. You see things sort of clear out a little bit here. Long Island looks okay, 1 o'clock, but you can see again that those clouds developing. We have a lot of them. It's very hard to tell what's going to happen because even though the models, you have this moisture that's trapped underneath, you really need that bone dry air, and I think we may have to wait until Sunday. If I move this over to Sunday, well, no, Sunday it's bringing a lot more clouds in. So, the models are kind of all over the place. We'll have to see. I mean, whether we'll see completely clear skies or not, I mean, we'll have to see because there's a lot of instability. This is a really cold air, man. Steep lapse rates and lake effect moisture that could be trapped underneath the inversion. All depends on how the wind is blowing. If it's more of a west to southwest flow and it's less off the lakes, maybe we can get some more sunshine. I know we've had a lot of clouds around, even though we've had cold air. We haven't had a clear sky, but I'm hoping one of these days we'll get one. But it's just a matter of seeing that high. We're not really under the. If you go back to the models here, you can see we're not. If we go here and we look at the this here, you can see here we're not under the influence of the high. You can see the low is over here. We're in the low. The center of the high is over here. So you have to wait until maybe we get towards Sunday and Monday when the center of that high gets closer, and then maybe we have more subsidence in the atmosphere, which will result in less instability, cloudiness. I'll have to see how it goes, but it's going to be cold, that is for sure. Just for fun, we will go look at the, and again, let's show you the lake effect here, because that's going to continue. Here's Saturday, so you can see that lake effect. Look at that lake effect machine, still going Sunday. It's still going. You can see the plumes kind of trying to get a little closer to us here on Sunday when the wind becomes more northwest. HRRR, you can look at the 0Z HRRR here. Let's do that. And you'll see here, similar thing with the lake effect. This goes all the way out to Sunday. So We'll have to watch and see what happens. It actually brings a little bit of trying to bring it in Sunday morning perhaps, but you can see that is going to still be going. So we're still going to be having the wind, so we're not going to see the radiational cooling. But let's go to the total snowfall, and you'll see another couple more feet for these areas upstate still, and it's just going to continue. It's incredible. That's the HRRR, and we wanted to go to a different model. Well, I don't want to go to the FV3, but you see, there's a lot more snow to fall upstate, which is pretty crazy to think about. One more thing, we'll look at the temperatures here, and you'll see as we head into your morning, you'll see there's 20s today. You're going to be waking up. The HRR is a little better with this showing the lows at night because it has the GFS it doesn't have that many it doesn't have that many forecast hours. So you can see again 20. So you'll be below freezing when you get up. And look at this Sunday, struggling. This is the HRRR. It's colder than the GFS, struggling to make it above freezing on Sunday. So Sunday looks like absolute cold. It's going to feel like the middle of January on Sunday. That's what it's going to feel like. So you better bundle up. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this weather update. Have a good night.